Everyone who watches my content, including you now, has been randomly and permanently assigned to a team thanks to a 𝙏𝙖𝙡 program that assigns all of my viewers with a tag. You're either a hero or you're a villain. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be showing you what happens when you take both of these teams and throw them in the Jujutsu Kaisen squabbles. Here's how this works. Each round, one team gets to vote, but you don't vote for a character, you vote for a number. 1 or 2. Now, both of these numbers are secretly tied to a fighter. You don't know who this fighter is. You don't even know what fight you're voting on. Basically, you're voting blindly. I'll then reveal the fight where I've already gone ahead and scored both fighters based purely on these performance metrics on your screen right now. And at the end of the fight, we check the scorecard to see which team won the round. These scores won't always match what happened in the anime 1-to-1, at least not plot-wise. If a character gets absolutely cooked for like 99% of the fight and then randomly comes back on some anime plot armor bullshit, that doesn't necessarily erase the points that the other character racked up on them in the other 99% of the fight. And so even if it's a fight that you're already familiar with, the winner, at least according to my scorecard, might not be who you expect. So yeah, 2 teams, 5 squabbles, 1 winning side. Let's get it. The villains will be voting first. Go ahead and discuss between yourselves now what you're gonna vote for. I'm gonna give y'all 10 seconds while I set up this vote. To start off, since we don't know the commands yet, I'll give y'all a whole 60 seconds to vote. Villains, your 60 seconds starts now. The villains have voted. Quite frankly, a blowout, a 9-to-1 blowout. A 9-to-1 blowout. A 9-to-1 blowout. A 9-to-1 blowout. Now what I'm gonna do from here, I'm gonna turn on the fight. It's gonna be a random fight from JJK. You don't know what fight it's gonna be. At some point in the beginning of the fight, you'll see one of the characters assigned with the number 1, and the other character will be assigned with the number 2. And we'll see who takes this round. Let's get it. He came up with this plan. There are no cursed tools in here, Maki, so off rip. We already know which fight this is. This is very recent. 𝙏𝙖𝙡 versus Maki Zenin. Let's see who got what. Let's see who got assigned this hoe ass, lame ass, bitch ass, bum ass, traitor ass, kill his own daughter ass nigga. This is character number 2. All right, door closed, Big Mock pulling up. Character number 1 is Maki Zenin. Now, before you celebrate, let's keep the game itself in mind. Remember, it's not all about who wins the fight in the end. It's about how they win the fight throughout the whole span of the fight. So depending on how this score turns out, Maki could potentially lose. I'm not gonna lie, bro, this sword was too tough, bro. Doesn't this shit have like rocket boosters on it or some shit? As you can see here, we have our scorecard. This is what we'll be keeping track of the score with. Let's get it. All right, so off rip. Clean hit. Because Maki parried this shot, this would count as a clean hit, and that's why she got a point. Okay, boom, heavy hit. Broke the sword, spun around. That's 1 counter. That's 2 counters. So already there's a comeback and aura points. Cause look, that's 1 parry. It's a clean hit, and it showed that it cut her intestines. That's another hit and the aura points with the delayed slice. So right now, it's looking like we're tied. This is why I was passed over for clan head. I'm not gonna lie, it may be tied right now. This nigga's still a bum. I don't care. Sorry ass lightsaber, lame ass technique, wrinkly ass face, sunken ass cheeks, ugly ass. I should have taken points away from him just for being fucking ugly, but let me not rig this shit. Why was I passed over for clan head? And that's a knockdown. Maki hit the knees. That's a knockdown. 𝙏𝙧 is now on top, 6-3. And yeah, Maki started leaking and she's gone. Now I cross-faded it into the second half of the fight, okay? I skipped all of the stuff that happened to lead up to everything else and cross-faded it into the second half of the fight to continue. All right, this nigga turns around. Right, by now Maki done got her boost. Tides will probably be turning. What? My body remembers. I'm not gonna lie, that's a crazy thing to say, bro. What did Toji do to this nigga? I worked so hard to forget that fear. Technique release. Blazing courage. Now, I thought about giving him some points for this, but honestly, this is just a technique activation, bro. This is nothing crazy. However, Maki fully channeling Toji gotta be tough, bro. That's an aura point for team 1. This time, I'll burn you down to the marrow of your bones with my own hands. Now, he was talking that shit, all right? That shit sounds tough. Let's see how it played out, though. Come at me. Fail. All right, we gotta look at this combo right here. We gotta look at this combo right here, because shit just went like bonkers, bro. Let me explain the score here. She gets +1 point for a weave. He was letting off his attack. She's over here unharmed. That means a weave did happen. The heavy hit is self-explanatory, right? Nigga's whole cap got split off of his dome. That is a heavy hit if I've ever seen it. Hell, I thought about giving her a special hit for that one, but I was like, nah, that's not. You know, we'll give her a heavy hit. Aura point. Let me explain why she got 2 aura points. All right, first of all, a successful speed blitz is always an aura point, because speed blitzes are fucking tough as hell. But also, she gets an aura point for the walk-off, okay? A successful walk-off is also a very auraful maneuver. And so what we see here, ladies and gentlemen, is Maki coming back from a 6-4 lead with a 1, 2, 3, 4, a 5-point play. Nigga falls out, and now look, what happens next? I need you to watch this, right? Nigga's cap hits the ground. We got a redacted aura point. Run that back. Having the top of your dome hit the ground like salami, that's -1 aura point, bro. Good shit, Big Mach. So you know how Maki in her episode a couple weeks ago got a full upgrade, right? I mean, we just looked at the fight just now, so obviously you do. But one of the main things that she got upgraded, courtesy of her sister Mai, was her gear. She got like the new remake Toji sword or whatever. And you see, that's the thing. Sometimes to level up, sometimes to go harder, you need to upgrade your gear as well. That's actually where I want to get into the sponsor of today's video, Raycon. Lately, I've been using Raycon's bone conduction headphones when I'm out moving, going on walks, cleaning up, that sort of stuff. They sit on the outside of your ears and the sound vibrates through your bones into your eardrum so that you're not plugging your ears and blocking off the world around you. So let's say you're walking around outside, touching grass for once, on a journey like Big Free over here. With the Raycon bone conduction headphones, you're aware of what's happening. You're not cutting yourself off from the outside world just to listen to music or a podcast or perhaps a Teddy Slump video. They've got 13 hours of battery life, they're waterproof, they're dust proof, and again, because there's no actual bud in your ear, they don't slip around when you're moving. It's just the all-around better setup for if you want to use headphones, the Toji sword of headphones, if you will. The bone conduction headphones are here to help you go for gold. Go to buyraycon.com/slumpbc to get 15% off. Again, buyraycon.com/slumpbc for 15% off. Thanks again to Raycon for sponsoring this video. And now, back to the video. So that is the end of round 1. Right now, the villains are in the lead 1-0. However, it's not over. It's still early. And now, the heroes have their chance to vote for the next fight. Looks like heroes are going with 2 damn near unanimously. Who did 1? I'm curious to know who did 1. All right, let's see what the next fight is. Oh shit. If you plan to come out, please hurry up and do so. We need RIPs in the chat, just off rip. My GOAT, the best character in the history of this series, man. RIPs to the big Nan, man. All right, let's keep it pushing though. We're gonna see who got assigned what. Character number 2 is Kento Nanami. Ah, what a relief. I'd be in trouble if Gojo Satoru were here. Now look, I almost took points away from this nigga just for saying the G word, but I'm always gonna let it slide the first time. Mahito is obviously character number 1. All right, now off rip, Gojo appearance, both of you niggas lose a point, bro, because that shit pissed me off. Why the fuck did they put Gojo in here for no reason? This is the shit that be pissing me off, bro. There was literally, I'm watching the scene trying to understand like why Gojo was put there. Like genuinely trying to understand, right? I'm editing this, I'm trying to figure it out. I don't get it. And we're to it. Nanami running at him. All right, now look, I counted this as a 2-way, this cancels out. Nanami hit the smooth little weave on him. Okay, but Mahito gets back at it. Mahito weaved here. Nanami goes for it. Double weave, triple weave. Right now, Mahito is stacking weaves, okay? Getting clean hits is a good way to stack up points. But another amazing way to stack up points is low-key be very slippery and be a weave merchant. If you're a weave merchant, you can stack up points pretty reliably. Okay, good weave from Nanami. Good weave. Weave, like right now, okay? Now, look. We did get a clean hit in there. Nanami did get this clean hit right here, okay? Foot to chest, plus a heavy hit to the face. I know you've seen the cursed energy explosion. Now, one thing about this, right? Boom. Blew his shit off. Heavy hit. Here's the thing about Mahito, right? Even though Mahito has the advantage in a lot of JJK fights, in this particular format, his fighting style is not as effective because his fighting style relies on people not being able to attack his soul. You know what I mean? Not being able to damage him. However, in this format, tanking attacks is negative. Just sitting there and eating shit, that counts as a clean hit for the other person. And so we'll see if Mahito's fighting style will give him the ability to win this. Right now, it's 6-4 Nanami. Idle transfiguration. Keep a stockpile of humans. This shit was fucking gross, bruh. I'm clocking out by 6 no matter what. Almost had to give him the aura point for that one-liner, but I decided to hold on. Let's get it though. All right, clean hit, clean hit. We got 2 parries from Nanami off the rip. He weaves Mahito's little monster thing coming out. I counted this weave right here. Your mobility is impressive. Look at this weave. Nigga threw the legs into the air, boy. This weave right here was too tough, bro. This nigga hit a fucking gymnastics move on him, bro. Right now the score is 11-4. Nanami is pulling away. Now this shit was, I remember, this is when I knew JJK was different, bro. To this day, I'd be sitting here and wondering how it feels to be idle transfigured by Mahito, bro. Because imagine having your whole essence stretched like 500 meters worth of flesh and bone. You're still conscious enough to talk and say, help me? That's evil shit, bro. Ooh, I almost had to give Shoko a point for coming on my screen looking like that, bro. But let me chill. Look at this nigga toes. No, that's crazy. Let me not fry this boy's grippers. I've been practicing a lot so they don't die right away during transfiguration. This was a crazy line right here because there's no practical battle reason to keep them alive. Nigga just wants them to suffer. And I've been really working hard to make sure these niggas suffer when, god damn, Mahito. I'm not worried about it. Talk to him, Nanami. Now look. The tier wipe has got to be an aura point, bro. That's real heroic. That's real stand-up guy shit. That is aura. I don't care what you say. Aura isn't all looking tough and having shadows over your face, bro. Noble, exactly. That is nobility. That is nobility. That is a true hero. Just like if you do some tough-ass villain shit, I'll give that aura points too. But for now, I'm just seeing childlike behavior from Mahito. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, now look. Mahito just hit a crazy play right there. That special hit, plus aura points for the speed blitz, and just like it, he's back in the game. Okay, yep, Nanami gets shocked by that. He tries to swing, but Mahito weaves it. Now it's 9-12. Yeah, he got that boy hurting, bro. Got that boy grabbing his stomach, bro. I'm not gonna say it's an aura retraction, because he probably just did get a piece of his soul fucking, like, writhed. But holy shit, he looks hilarious right now. All right, they charge each other. Okay, that's a weave on Nanami's part. I know you saw it. He went for the grab, got weave. Okay, he comes back, swings down, but Mahito weaves it. Okay, look at that weave. Okay, now look, that's a heavy hit. He sent that boy flying. Good landing from Nanami, though. I thought about giving aura for this pose right here. This was cool. But these horse legs ain't it, bro. Aren't you at your limit? Somehow this whole fight took 30 minutes, by the way, in canon. I don't know how the fuck that's possible. His cursed energy's increasing. Aura points. I'm going into overtime now. And Nanami wins that one. 16-12. That's 1 point for the heroes. The score is currently 1-1. Heroes and villains tied. Let's get back to the voting. Villains have chosen to go with 2. So let's see what that brings them. I low-key forgot what fight it was. Okay, another recent fight. As you can see, we got the big Ra coming in at character number 1. Okay, she's doing a little coin flingy thing. Kirara's cursed love technique, love rendezvous. Yeah, at this point in the fight, and this is why I'm not doing the full fights, by the way, because I wasn't about to sit there and listen to all that yap that they had to do to reach the end of that fight. They were just sitting there like thinking, I wonder how this shit works. I wasn't about to sit there and go through all that. So if it gets to a fight like this, where I just skip to the action-packed part, then that's just how it is. But yeah, Kirara's cursed technique, love rendezvous, apportions 5 stars to targets, and team 2, which is what the villains voted for, would be Big Meg. And off the rip, Kirara comes in with a clean ass hit. I'm not gonna lie, looking back, I probably should have awarded aura points here because she hitting that pose, bruh. That boy Megumi got flipped, but it's not a knockdown because he caught himself. You're incredible. You actually figured out my technique. The thing about, when other people get in the fight, which is relevant for JJK since there's constant jumping, when other people get in the fight and do damage, none of what they do is worth any point. So everything Panda does here, it might as well not have happened. So that might have counted as a point if Megumi had done that more directly without the assistance of Panda, but because Panda kind of carried there, y'all don't get the point. Brought that big ass car at him and marked things with the same acrux that's on you. Now look, This is where it gets interesting. Kirara had to watch her back. This right here, clean hit from Megumi Shikigami. Because it's his Shikigami, it counts as a clean hit. He never dismissed the doggy Shikigami. So right now, this one's tight, 1-1. This is gonna be a close battle. And he put a small wall between himself and the Shikigami. I still don't get what the fuck Megumi really did here, but fuck it. And meanwhile, Megumi got hit by a whole fucking car that has to be a heavy hit. That nigga got smashed by a fucking Prius. I would have counted this as a hit right here, but because she canceled her technique, it didn't hit all the way through. So that's not a whole heavy hit. Meanwhile, Megumi switches out, gets the knockdown here. That brought him back in the lead. And the animators low-key did their big one, gave him the aura points. They helped him out a lot here because that explosion really solidified this scene right here. Full submission plus the explosion. That's a Megumi victory. It's now 2-1 villains. Heroes, go ahead and coordinate. I'll have 60 seconds to vote for 1 or 2. And let me say this right here as a forewarning. The person who loses this next round is going to be very disappointed. Not because I'm necessarily going to do anything with the points, but because this loss that you're going to take, it's going to be a loss. It's going to be a crazy loss. Now, what the heroes have to understand here is that this vote means everything. If you all lose this, there's no way you all could win. This right here is low-key the final countdown for the heroes. The pressure is on. The villains are currently up. Let's see what fight we got. I won't lose to anything. Tokyo train station. Yuji versus the Roach. Oh, this is looking dark. This is looking fucking dark for the heroes. Representing the heroes is Mr. Roach. Representing the villains is Yuji Itadori. You're either gonna really enjoy this or really hate this, depending on which side you're on. That ugly ass, stink ass, funky ass Roach. What are you looking at? That boy Yuji ready to go. Heroes, this what y'all coming with, heroes? Heroes, what's going on, bro? You're a I should take away aura points just for that stuttering, but I'm gonna let it slide. A Jujutsu sorcerer, right? I'm smart, I'll have you know. Both these niggas fucking yapping, holy. Gojo Glaze! Gojo Glaze on my screen. Gojo coming up on my screen. Fuck no, -1 for both. All right, man, shut your whole ass up, bro. Though I'm both strong, and people don't understand why I hate this nigga. It really perplexes me. Heavy hit from Yuji off the rip. Yuji's back in the positives. Team Heroes, the Roach, still in the negatives. Let's see what we got. Second heavy hit to the chest. Curses are all the same. One thing you don't want in this game is to get an angry Yuji going against you, bro. Because the way Yuji fights, this game is damn near optimized for Yuji's fighting style, bro. Because he does nothing but straight heavy blows. You need to stop looking down on humans. All right, let's see what the grasshopper got. You don't know what curse I am, do you? Man, I feel bad for this body right here, bro. Just folded like a fucking Family Guy character with no dome while these two get at it. Locust Plague. It's funny hearing Tengen's voice in hindsight and knowing who this is now. All right, weave, Yuji, spit. All right, look at how Yuji just weave stacks right here, bro. Because this Locust just starts attacking willy-nilly. What is he doing? He's just moving his head. He's not doing anything, just getting weaved over and over. Weaved. Okay, he comes to the side of it. Good weave. And what you're about to see right here, ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to witness is some real weave merchantry, bro. Weave is on the other side. Weave. I could have counted that as a weave right there, but I mean, come on, look at the score, 11 to -1. Yeah, I probably could have counted that as a weave, but decided to chill on y'all. Are you smart? Or are you not smart? Man, I remember how annoying this fight was back when the Shibuya incident was airing too. Niggas waited a whole week to see this fucking shit, bro. I'm smart. Stop the cap. That's how the heroes felt going 10-0 for the fucking cockroach. Yeah, we smart, bro. We got this one. Tee up. That has to be an aura point, bro. He got that boy sweating, looking that nigga dead in the eyes before the fade. That's got to be an aura point. 12 to -1. I decided to count that as a double clean hit. They both got that. 13 zip. Your 2 arms versus my 4. Okay, they both getting off combos. They both get 2 points. The heroes are on the board. Cockroach is on the board. Yep. Okay, now look. Cockroach, he did hit a weave. So hey, heroes, it's not over. I mean, y'all got some points. Like, you know, that's good. And immediately got clean hitted. And now Yuji starts cooking this nigga. 5 seconds, that's -3 for the heroes. Got cooked for 5 seconds. You're back down to zip. My arms, my jaw, my eyes, they're all superior to that of a human. How the fuck am I losing? In case you couldn't tell, this also counts as getting cooked. This is another 5-second cookies right here. -3 to 16 plus, come on. You see the pose, bro. The shadow over the face to the evil eyes to the dual cursed energy fist. Y'all see the pose, man. You know what we had to do. It had to be an aura point, bro. You can't even argue with that, bro. That's 100% an aura point. -3 to 17. Okay. Spit at him. Okay, this could be good. No, it can't. That's a weave. Locusts lay their eggs underground. Thanks, Tengen. To facilitate this, they're capable of extending their abdomen, which is a hard tip that can stretch. But we know how this ends. Good weave. Into the heavy hit. Punch that nigga shit smooth off. The gap in their strength was one that no trick could overcome, and I think the score embodies that pretty well. So, right now, the villains are up. Villains won 3-1 with 1 round left. There's no way the heroes can bring this back. Y'all got cooked. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do to like even it out, bro. However, y'all can't go out like this, bro. And so we're gonna do this last round. Hopefully the heroes don't have to go home with their tail tucked in between their legs, bro, because this is looking like a wash right now. The villains, pick your number 1 or 2. So the villains have chosen 1. Will the villains bring home a 4-1 victory? I think 4-1 is when we officially get into blowout territory. You know what I'm saying? 3-2 ain't horrible, but 4-1, shit. Let's see what we got. Oh my, who do we have here? And 1 goes to Mei. For Gojo and Geto in this whole commotion. Why is this nigga showed up in every fight, bruh? I'm just now peeping this. How does he always show up? But I have to kill you is a bitter shame. This feeling is mutual, Miss Mei. Number 2, Smallpox curse. Mei versus the special grade disease curse, Smallpox deity. I'm not gonna lie. Can I be vulnerable here, bruh? All things about Mei aside, behavior-wise, I was having a hard time not giving her a free sexiness point, bruh. I'm gonna keep...
And okay, I'm gonna spare y'all this yap right here. He's really not talking about nothing. We're just gonna close that dialogue and move on.
I wouldn't count the Smallpox curse out just yet because, again, the way this is structured is such that landed hits are pretty valuable. Landed hits are low-key more valuable than just winning the fight on paper. So this might not play out as bad as you think. All right, and off rip. That's a domain hit. That's a special hit. 3 points for the curse. Domain expansion. This could be troublesome. Hit her ass with the domain. Trapped her ass in the coffin. That's a clean hit. Smallpox curse up. 4 zip. Clean hit on Mei's part. Broke out of it. And I had to glaze, bro. I'm sorry. If I like, you gotta understand, right? You know what? No, I'm not even explaining myself, bro. It is what it is. I wonder how many years it's been since something actually threatened my life. And she lost the fucking aura point just because of Wee Wee's bullshit, bro. This is not heat, bro. Give me that fucking point back, bro. Counted this as a separate hit for the Smallpox curse. It ended up being a separate hit for Mei when she broke out of it, so it evens out. All right, she breaks out. Tries to attack it. Boom. Gets got. Clean hit from the Smallpox curse. If I don't break out of the coffin, and got another hit right there. The disease did activate. I'll contract that disease and die. And Mei broke out. Right now it's 3-7. The villains are with Mei, so they are pretty far behind right now. All right, she grabs Wee Wee. Hides. Looks like it's reflexively targeting the person with the strongest cursed energy inside the domain. In order to take it down, I'll have to make Wee Wee its target so that he can buy me the time I need. She was ready to sacrifice her whole brother, huh? And I didn't count that as a hit because that was on Wee Wee and not her. Speed blitz again. Into the heavy hit. Surprised the stone didn't come kill her. All right. Pops up behind him. Nope, unsuccessful speed blitz. So yeah, we got +3 for the special hit, the special crow attack, plus the aura points that look off in the distance. Mei now in the lead, 10-7. And yep, at the finish line, the villains at the finish line, the villains pulled the victory back out. Meaning that the villains have won today's video 4-1, putting them in blowout territory.